success with Global.Media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yay! How are you doing, Sandra? Here we are again.
Yeah, I miss you.
I'm still here. You know, I'm still here. I mean, you know, we did many events, right? You know, we did many events. You know,
Yeah, it was work. It was the everything, but I miss you. Really having this every other week.
Yeah. I hope you will do more events, Sandra. I hope you do more. I hope you do events going forward.
Because I have to continue with the webinar for every month, and a master class. I'm going to change it a little bit, and also I may not be in LinkedIn a lot like before because I'm starting other projects, working in something that came from the talk that I did. So I'll be doing some speaking circles. It's still talking to this program, and they we're reviewing how we're gonna do it. So it doesn't have like a day yet. But I'm excited if that's something I'm gonna start doing. It came from the talk and opportunities that I'm very excited about.
Excellent. So since the book launch, you've done DebEx, right? So that was speaking on stage to many people. You know, Noni, I do see you. I see you on LinkedIn. I'm glad you're here. Of course, thank you for joining us. You will get to enjoy Sandra's speech in person. Those on the replay, you can enjoy it, of course, as well. So
we have a surprise.
Yeah, well, there's always surprises, right? So there is Sandra's speech, and there's also our prize draw. That's a real surprise. So we're going to choose the winner of the $25 voucher for those. I guess it's a thank you for those who bought the book on book launch day. So Noni, I'm not sure you're on the list, Noni. Doesn't matter, Pepperoni. You're here.
Thank you for Noni. Thank you for being here today. This is an exciting event.
Bought the book. Send me a confirmation very quickly, Noni. Very quickly. Well, I say very quickly. We'll give you a few minutes. So do send the confirmation, and then you can be in with a chance to win a voucher of your choice. So you choose the voucher. We'll do the prize draw, choose the winner, and then so we'll be in touch with you. Then you choose the voucher that you want. That's the way this tends to work. The only thing I can't win. That always upsets me, right? I want to win, but I can't. I'm only joking. No. I would leave. As long as the person who gets a voucher, if you go for an Amazon voucher, save it. Save it for our further books, right? Even better still, go and buy Sandra's print copy of the book, because book launch day is always about the eBook. And so Sandra's book, in case you're wondering, I'm still waiting for the badges to appear. I looked on your Amazon yesterday, Sandra. I didn't see the gold badge, but that will be there. So
you love it.
Sandra's amazing book, so you can barely see in the sun. It's only one day it's going to be sunny in England. This is a day, right? This has to be the day. But Sandra's book is an amazing book. I see you, Cyrus. Glad you're here. I see Michelle as well. Sarah says, congrats. Well done, Sandra. Congrats. I'm on the launch of your book as well. Now, Sandra's now a superstar. She's gracing stages and all sorts, right? So how's the journey been since the launch, Sandra?
Well, after the launch, we have the bestseller, international bestseller. Thank you, Annie, for that. It was amazing. I was so excited about the news. And after that, the following week, I have this talk in Phoenix, and we have the surprise, like you said. We are going to be sharing today the video of this talk. 1 second. 1 second, Eddie.
Should we do it now? Should we play the video now?
Please help me welcome to the DevX stage, Sandra Bothe.
Imagine this. You walk into a meeting and someone speaks with a strong accent. Do you lean in or do you quietly check out? When I began speaking tonight, did I have your full attention or did part of you tune out? If you did tune out, you're not alone. When a voice carries an accent born from survival, not from privilege, the world often decides if that voice is worthy of your time, respect, and credibility. This isn't an accent issue. It's language bias, and it exists in all of us. It's one of the most invisible, socially accepted form of discrimination in the world today. I know this because I lived it. At 30, I left Colombia when my employer transferred me to New York. Spanish was all I ever spoken. I came with dreams, degrees, and drive, but soon I muted myself, not from lack of ideas, but fear of being judged, dismissed, and misunderstood. I took ESL classes and accent reduction, but I lost my voice. I burned out. I rehearsed every sentence before meetings. I watched my peers' ideas accepted while mine were doubted. Not because what I said, but how I sounded. But I endured, I learned, and I grew. Eventually, I realized the problem wasn't my voice. It was the world deciding which voices matter. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. Because whether English is your first language or not, this affects us all. Research shows that 95% of our behavior is unconscious. Our brain takes shortcuts, favoring what is easy and familiar, and that is how it decides what to focus on and what to ignore. The downside? Those shortcuts are shaped by what we have seen, heard, and been told true or not. And without realizing it, we start making silent assumptions like, this voice isn't smart. This accent doesn't belong. This person doesn't understand. What if people assume that about you? How will you feel? When we value speed in communication over connection, we start filtering people out before they finish speaking. That's how accent bias happens so easily. We are wired for speed and ease. You see, we believe that communication should sound fast, clear, confident, and native. But by native, we mean English that was born in London, New York, or Sydney. We pretend that English is a neutral tool, but in truth, it's a filter for leadership and credibility. And it is a filter that favors 400 million while filtering out billions. Language bias isn't just about hurt feelings. It costs people's jobs, dignity, and opportunity. It costs entire communities the right to shape the future. A global study found that non-native English speakers are judged more harshly, interrupted more often, and given less airtime, even when their ideas are valuable. They are told to fix their speech. And we call it accent reduction. But what it really is identity reduction. We are asking people to sand down the very parts of themselves that shape their lives, their courage, their lives, just to sound acceptable to somebody else's ears. Immigrants get judged for not mastering English fast. English speakers celebrated for learning a second language. Now that is a double standard. So the question is, will you check out or lean in when you hear an accent? Many believe listening is natural, but active listening takes effort. It is engaging our ears and our eyes. It is about the message, not the perfect sounds. It is about showing up fully without tuning out. It looks like intention, connection, and courage. It says, I'm a listener with empathy and presence. I'm human. The goal isn't to sound all the same. We are no AI robots. The goal is to sound like who we are and be heard anyway. Every voice has an accent. Multilingual voices carry resilience, creativity, and culture. They speak differently and they think differently. Their minds are constantly connecting meanings across different systems. They see relationships others may miss. They are wired for adaptability and insight. So when you hear an accent, you are hearing a mind light up with meaning. What if the most valuable voice in the room is the one carrying a story no one else can tell? What if the question isn't how well do they speak English, but are we listening well enough? Fluent ideas don't always come in fluent sentences. And wisdom doesn't always sound like perfect English. Some say, but communication needs clarity. Yes, but clarity isn't conformity. Others say, but we are helping people fitting in. No, we are asking them to make themselves smaller. Fitting in is not the same as belonging. But it is hard to understand heavy accents. True, at first, but just like music, our ears adapt when our hearts are open. Language bias is everyone's issue because we are all listeners. And the greatest power that we hold is not just in how we speak, but in how we choose to listen. So I invite you, when you hear an accent, lean in, not away. When someone struggles for a word, wait, let them land, let them finish. In decision-making spaces, amplify all voices, not just the polished ones. Listening isn't just a courtesy. It's an act of justice and the ultimate show of respect. The truth is, you don't need perfect English to lead. You don't need to sound like anyone else to belong. And you don't need to erase your accent to be respected. Your voice, the one shaped by 2 languages, 3 or 4 languages, is not your weakness, it's your superpower. Let's stop teaching people how to speak to be accepted and start teaching the world how to listen. Because when we do,
We won't just hear more voices. We'll finally hear the truth. Thank you.
Amazing. At the stage, well done you. So, I can only imagine how daunting that was.
Less than I expected.
Really? I suppose like you had a lot of, you've seen the venue before, so you had a lot of preparation, right?
Yeah, no, we have a good preparation, rehearsal, and the thing is, once you know your message from your heart, and you get to that moment of stepping on that stage and starting, that's the hardest part. And then then you connect with the people in the audience, and if you know your message and it's from your heart, it's just easier at that point. So I was very excited actually the day, and even before going up there, I wasn't I always have public speaking fear, like many. But that was really interesting that I didn't feel that stepping there, because all the time I was probably because I was reframing that as an excitement moment for me to get to do that and to face that moment that I always ran away from. So it was exciting. Yeah.
I think you're a genius. I say that, like I said to you before we started. You inspire me to know that, if I do the work beforehand, because I know the work you did. So the people don't realize. When we're doing the book launch, Sandra was always, I have to go and rehearse again. I have to go and deliver my speech yet again, right? And almost I was with you as you were learning paragraph by paragraph. It felt like, but I know sections that you were learning, But you show me what it takes to get to that level, and I always use you as my perfect example of the person who completes the journey. Writing your book is one thing, especially when the message of your book is personal, but you've taken it all the way from being silenced by doubt all the way to the stage. That's remarkable. I think as Coach Ashif says, the truth is both hard and easy to speak. It's hard, but it's easy, like you said, when it's from the heart. Well done you, indeed. Well done you.
Yeah, I was listening to your last room about what is the name of this room that you have about books, selling books? I think
book to business, the book to business room on Friday.
Right, and you were talking about that topic, that once you finish your book, the hardest part, one of the hardest part is start going on stages or in networking events and really talk about the book. And I know that it was a moment that was coming. So so was part of, and with a book title, Unmuting Myself, so you gotta do it. So it works really beautiful, and it's a message that it was born from experiences, pain, growth, and all those things in between. So it was a message from my heart, and the thing that really made me happy to have been able to do it is because, to be honest, it was a bold message where when I start crafting it, I have my doubts if people really are going to embrace it, because really the job of the speaker is to transform, to change people's views with the way that they present their message. Is mean to change people's views, to make change in the world. So through this program, that's what I learned to do speeches. And at the beginning, it was, I had the same message, but with the feedback from my own group was, we had to always put ourselves in the listener, in the audience, choose. Would I like to hear that? Or how else, we can give that message that it can be embraced? Because what is the point if it's going to be rejected? So I was, I was able to do that. And I feel very proud that I came out with this message that it's going to be my signature talk as I launch my public speaking journey. So this is the first talk, and it's going to be my signature. And of course, I'll be crafting more messages from topics and things that I believe in. Some topics are part of what I have shared on Unmuting Myself, the message from that book, that we really need to use our voices and advocate for ourselves. And it is important to be ready to use our voice, because sometimes it's not just about ourselves. It could be about our kids, where we really need to speak up.
Yeah, no, look, when I say, well done you. Not many, Sandra, not many go from book to stage. Not many. Many people intend that they wish to, they want to, but not many actually take the step. And I say again, I know DebX was not an easy thing, because you have to keep, you say again, the preparation was time and money, no doubt. But you committed to it, and I think you did a brilliant job. I think we'll agree with that for sure. Dr. Lisa, so glad you're here. Our room is next. If you want to come and talk menopause, do join us. What are we talking about today, Lisa? Him. How to care for him. Yes, Lisa. A big topic, right? We need to talk about him. I'm that him. Yeah. I'm 50, so what do you expect to happen, right? So do join us. I'm glad you're here for sure. Sarah says, I speak two languages, good English and bad English. That's the English people thing, right? You're too funny, Sarah. So you're too funny. Look, a couple of questions for you. The ebook is still $1.50. £1.50. So $1.99, right? Why?
No, the price changed after the launch.
Well, for the ebook.
Yeah, for the ebook was it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it wasn't the US. No, it was all over. Yeah, the countries.
No, it hasn't changed. I'm looking at it now, and the price is £1.50.
Okay. Okay.
The paperback is the right price, but the ebook is still one. So change the ebook price. Other way of saying what I just said, my friends. Those in the audience, if you haven't bought the ebook, go and buy it now quickly for $1.50 before Sandra gets to it and changes the price, right? You never be this low again. So, and I say, you'd be the lucky one if you buy it today. But I would rather you bought the print book, because that's the next stage. And I've shown you the print book. It's a lovely book, and to actually have it on your shelf, to have it in your hands, it's a good thing, right? So do support and go and buy the book. So my other question, Sandra, so what comes next for you?
Next is I'm going to continue with thriving mindsets, and it's going to be focusing on helping first generation immigrants professionals. I'm starting a program and don't want to share a lot of information, but I also share with you about the project that is being born from this DebX, which is something that I'm still talking with them, Amplify Voices, for something they call speaking circles. that is working with them and with groups that want to go learn this process and being, overcoming the fear of public speaking, have a important message to share, that they can also do it. So that is something very exciting for me. It's a good cost, and my heart is on that now. I probably won't be a lot in LinkedIn, but I'll be supporting the friends that I love here. So you'll see me there.
Excellent. Is it going to all these events is work, but when you can, Sandra, we'd love to have you in our events. If you can't make it, we'll understand. So you're clearly a busy lady. So success makes you busier. So we'll miss you. We'll miss you, of course we will. But you're not disappearing forever. So do what you have to do.
Yeah, no, definitely. LinkedIn is is a place where I was able to start giving my steps to pursue these dreams that I have. So I'm definitely gonna be in LinkedIn, but not as much, because LinkedIn really, requires a lot of time when you are fully doing some, projects there. But yeah, not disappearing for complete, just a little less than before.
Super. Look, like I say, we'll still be here. So when you do, we should celebrate you every time we see you. Sarah says, I wish to support Sandra by buying her book full price, because publishing journey is not cheap. I agree with that. Please go and buy the book. There's a good chance I'm going to buy my print copy as well. So I'm waiting for the gold badges to go on, but you have no excuse. You do. The ones that are the gold badges are collector's items now. So the bestseller badge, and in case you don't know, so Sandra won 17 awards for the book. So that is all thanks to you, our friends, who actually bought the book on book launch day.
Oh.
So thank you so much. I say those 17 awards, I think there were 10. There were 11 bestsellers, and was it 11 best, and then I think there was 6. No, okay. Sorry, let me change that. There were 10 hot new releases 3 in the US, 5 in Canada, 2 in Australia, and there were 7 bestsellers. So in Canada, Australia, and UK. So I'm happy with that. We were number 2 in the US in a couple of categories. That was so close, but. I shan't worry about what we didn't get, Sandra. I'll celebrate the fact that we got 17 awards.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Your book is still number 5 in 2 categories in Australia. I'll have as we speak, even so many weeks after the launch. So it's all good. But thank you so much, everyone, for making it happen. So I love the fact I can rely on our friends to support our authors. If you get a chance to go and watch Sandra speak live, please go along. Do go along for sure, right? So let's do what we came here for. Let's do this prize draw. It's always a surprise to everyone, but it's not really. It's not really. It should be a straightforward thing. It's a straightforward pick. So our Wheel of Fortune. It's kicking up slowly but surely.
How many people send you the confirmation?
It's about, I think, 28, something like that.
Okay.
So there's quite a few people on there. If anyone didn't send the confirmation, oh no, come along. The spinning wheel is just spinning. Don't do that. No. Oh no, am I frozen? Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
No, we're fine. The wheel is. I can see the wheel spinning. So Rahimi, so Marie, Paulette, Joni, Nick, GBW, so Ben, so Jeremy, Chanella, Professor Roxana, Charles, Tobias, Fred Bailey, so Alison, Michael B, and Mr. M, as we call him these days, Rashida, Crystal Laverne, Melissa, all amazing people. Thank you so much for buying the book. Cyrus, of course, you're on there as well. Cyrus, I do see you. So now Nikki's there, Karen and Joan, the empowerment, enrichment of mind, body, and soul. Krista Behe as well. America, Sean Michael, Simone Washington, Abdul. So, amazing people. Thank you. It's 26 altogether, Sandra. Thank you so much, everyone. Should we go for it? I normally say, let's do a drum roll. I can't do a drum roll. Okay. Here goes, Sandra. Here goes.
All right. Good luck.
Let's go for it. There you go. I pressed the button. Just waiting for the wheel to spin itself now. It's my computer that's slowing down because I'm doing too many things at once. Okay.
This is fun. Never been in one of those.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Congratulations.
Chanella, we'll give you, we'll happily give Chanella the prize. So welcome. So well done, Chanella.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
She's not here, right?
No, I don't think she's here today. My screen is going so slow. It's ridiculous. All right.
So cool.
I think my screen's frozen. So I should do a post about Chanella, and I should message her and then connect you with her, Sandra. So well done, Chanella. So you get to choose the voucher of your choice. You choose a voucher, and then let Sandra know your choice, and then Sandra will buy the voucher, send you the code. It's all done electronically, all done beautifully. So I say thank you so much, everyone. I can restart my device and come back in a second, Sandra. You entertain our friends for a minute or two, if you don't mind.
You're gonna restart.
Yeah, I can't do anything because my screen frozen. I really can't do anything. I'm kind of stuck. So.
All right. I just want to say hi to, I see some people in the comments. I know you mentioned them before. Lisa, it's great to see you here. I know Noni was here too. Thank you so much. I read that story you wrote in your post on LinkedIn today. Amazing story. It really made me resonate with the book, Unmuting Myself, the story that I shared there. It's amazing when we are, I know you mentioned, I think it was Jackie that encouraged you to share that story of moving to San Francisco. And it's amazing that, that you get encouraged for people in LinkedIn, your connections, and you share a beautiful story. So I congratulate you for the courage to share, because there is power in sharing our stories. It helps us to own it and to really own our story without any shame. And the beauty of that is that the confidence that start growing in us is amazing. So I was really, I think I make a comment in your post. I was happy to learn more about you. Cyrus, thank you for being here. Michelle, I don't know if you're there, but I see that you make a comment. I love you too. Thank you always for supporting me here in this LinkedIn journey. Lisa too. Anna Thief, I don't know if I said it correctly, but we always join in rooms together. I think it's Leslie Flowers, the room that I always see you there. Amazing rooms with Leslie. I love them. And I don't see any else in the comments, but if you haven't made a comment and you are there, I appreciate that you are joining us today. And with this exciting event, we have now the winner of the prize for supporting Unmuting Myself. And what else, Annie, we had to check?
We've done what we came for, so thank you so much, Sandra. If you have any speaking gigs, do call Sandra for sure. Right? especially speaking gig on her message.
Yeah, my mission now, like I shared before, is continue speaking things that I feel, messages that are hard to speak about, and this message about language bias, it was important to me, and I'm planning to continue creating that awareness through this message and connecting with organizations to offer that talk. I'm planning to make my signature talk. The Devis was 8 minutes, but there is material to extend it, and continue writing my speeches and really sharing, about the stories in Unmuting Myself and this project. And and working with first generation immigrant professionals, to help them to mute themselves and really embrace, ditch self-doubt, like I call that, ditch self-doubt, because it's really the main reason why we can move forward when we are the first ones to tell ourselves, no, don't write the book. What are you going to write about? That nobody's going to, care about the message. And it's proof that it's not the case, right? Or the speech, or no. Anything that is in your heart that you feel like is for you to do it, do it. Prepare for that and do it. Because at the end, of life, it's better just to think about, all the things that we get to do, and not the regrets of not doing those things that we always wanted to do.
I think it's an important message for all. Yeah, thank you so much, Sandra. Look, do enjoy. Congratulations. Huge congratulations to you.
Thank you, my
friend. Do you feel calmer now that the book is out, the launch is done, and your first big speech, big speaking gig is done? Do you feel calmer, or are you still energized, and are you still living in excitement?
Let me see if I get the question. Calm, because I guess I get to do, these projects are done, and now still you need to keep working, because my plan is to continue creating the awareness with that message. So I have a project to continue promoting this message. And then the other parts of my project is to continue helping groups, especially with immigrants, non-native English speakers, where they fear public speaking. I want to work with them and support them to use their voice to really overcome that fear of public speaking, because this proved me that somebody like me that was never, I see myself on stage speaking. It was terrifying for me, even to speak in front of small groups. But if I was able to do that, and if that is the very thing that is stopping you to have visibility and grow in your professional career, so you need to face that, and it's possible. It's possible to do. It's all in our mind, so we can do it. So I hope I can help many people with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've inspired me. You've inspired me, certainly. I'm sure you've inspired many more. So I would love for my authors to leave their book and bring their book to life. I think you have gone on the journey, on the perfect journey. So from doubt, from silence to stage. I mean, that's remarkable, right? And now you got a book that tells the whole story as well. Good on you, Sandra. Good on you.
Thank you so much, friend. I really, it's all also, you are a big part of that, that. We
You're too kind.
started together. We started together.
You're too kind. We did. Now, not many see the journey that say we started in October. So it's a lot of work that you've done to get this far. So even writing the book,
you just got me out there. Like, you didn't ask me, you're ready. You just, let's schedule for next week. Is what you said.
It's
ready. But
it's an easy way of doing things. That's normally how I just say, right, let's go. Let's do an event. What date do you want to do? And like, but you embraced it and you survived, right? More than survived. You're thriving, Sandra. It's a great thing to see.
Yeah, we just have to do it. It's not other way. The only way to learn and to face fear is doing it.
Yeah. No, congratulations, Sandra. Congratulations, our international bestselling author. And I'm pleased. Lead with that. It's, not many achieve that, but not many do the work that you've done. So good on you. Look, my friends, enjoy your evenings. Elisa's show is on next in an hour and a bit, hour and 10 minutes. So join us for how to care for the men in your life if you're in menopause. Yeah, I like that conversation. I think.
I'll be there.
I'll send you the DM. I'll send you the link for sure. Take care, everyone. So,
thank you, Annie, and thank you, everyone. Love you all.
Bye.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. She's success with Global.Media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with Global.Media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. Chase success with Global.Media.com.